Alright, so in front of us we have the column mount that will mount to the column of your milling machine. This is the primary bracket that attaches to your machine. The only modification that will be required to your machine is to drill and tap 4 holes that aligns with this bolt pattern. Now, there are 8 holes here. You do not need 8 fasteners. You only need 4, but we've provided an additional set for mounting flexibility. Here we have the upper and lower mounting arms. Because our kit's universal, we have a lot of flexibility built into these arms. Now in front of me, this is the lower mounting arm. The reason this is the lower mounting arm is because there is a recess that's been machined into these pockets to allow the socket cap screws to sit flush and provide additional clearance for the tool changer umbrella. Now, this is currently in the shortest position. If you were installing this on something, say a PM940, which is a much larger milling machine that has a greater y-axis travel, what you would do is remove these 4 quarter 20 bolts, and this will allow you to adjust the amount of travel you have in your y-axis. So again, here's the tightest conversion, where if you had a larger machine, this could be extended all the way to this distance, giving you a much greater mounting flexibility. Additionally, all the primary mounting arms are slotted where they will attach to your column mount. What this allows is a fine adjustment so that you're able to perfectly align your tool change location with your spindle. Alright, so you can see here we have the slotted screws that allow us to adjust. This is where our fine-tuning adjustment comes for our mounting locations. So we can go and then adjust where this top bracket mounts to this bottom bracket to control your final y-axis mounting location. Now that you have your primary mounting arms assembled, what you'll need to do is then go ahead and mount these to the sliding assembly. So your tool changer is designed to come in from the left hand of your column. So what we'll end up doing is connecting this, and these will then mount into here like such. So this is ultimately how it will be assembled. Now, one thing to note is the small, low-profile cap screws are designed for the bottom of the sliding assembly so that those can align with the recesses in the mounting arm. Again, it's best to do this with these bolts left loose. We'll end up snugging this up once all the screws are in and threaded. Now, you have a wide variety of mounting locations, not only through holes in the mounting arm, but also threaded holes in the sliding assembly. You'll ultimately need to go through some trial and error to figure out exactly which bolt location is right for your machine. And these The screws that we're assembling here are all 1024 socket cap screws. And the screws that are meant for the lower arm assembly are the low head cap screws, so that when they're tight, they'll be flush with this bracket. So here you have it. This is the primary tool changer assembly. From here, what I typically like to do is hold this against the milling machine and get a feel for exactly where I want this to mount. The only other primary part that you would like to consider is the motor mount assembly. This is what will ultimately need to be the center point of this pulley, is what will ultimately need to be lined up with the center of your spindle.